David Woodruff. I go to Elementary School and I am in 8th grade, and my piece is called Playing It Forward, and it is about, well, you'll see. I got into the car, ready to go to Sacramento. I was in high spirits. The entire way there, I was talking about how we were going to win the tournament and how we were going to dominate. Isaac and Liam were excited too. Isaac had been playing really well lately. I told him he was going to dominate. When we finally stepped out of the car, I was even more excited because I had spotted more of my teammates across the parking lot. Our team had always been close, and we'd formed an even tighter bond ever since we had invited the whole team out to our house near Lake Michigan that summer. We were in a major soccer tournament and we wanted to win. As we did our warm-ups, we joked around and had fun. It was a hot day and the AstroTurf under our feet was like an ironing board. We watched the other team as they warmed up and talked to each other about who looked good and who looked weak. Some people were very nervous. I talked to them and tried to settle their nerves. I have always been a leader, so I tried to pump up the kids who seemed down and calm down the kids who seemed hyper. I was a starter, so I got my final warm-ups in and then took my position up front. The whistle blew, and I felt that rush of excitement that only a soccer game can bring to me. It was a preliminary qualifying game, but I was still fired up. We scored our first goal almost immediately. I was not the one that scored, but I gave our striker a fist bump and ran down the field in celebration nevertheless. As the final whistle blew, I was exhausted and very happy. We went to the hotel, played in the pool, and then drifted off to sleep, all smiles. Ready to go? I asked my squad. It was an early morning game, and the crew seemed a little groggy. I needed to get them ready to go. I didn't do any yelling, but after some nudges, I managed to get the sleep out of their eyes, and their legs started going. It was a good thing, too, because the team we faced was a very good match for us. At the end of the first half, we were locked in a stalemate. I thought to myself, if I get the ball, I'm going to score. I looked around at the soccer field, thinking about where defenders were positioned, seeking the little pockets of space that I could exploit to get in on goal. Then it happened. On the left flank, the ball squirted out, and I realized this was my chance. As I began to sprint, absolutely as fast as I could, to my right was the only defender who could catch me. I was going, almost there. Then I looked to my right. The defender was performing a desperate move, the slide tackle. He caught my foot just as I began to get past, then crash. I got out of the car with a makeshift paper towel cast on my left arm. In front of me was the emergency care building, my destination. As I walked in the door, I gazed around the inside of the room. Then the woman working at the desk called my name and I hobbled toward the x-ray room to see if anything was broken. The doctor placed me in front of his equipment and took x-rays. My mom, my uncle, and I crowded toward the doctor's computer to see the results of the x-rays. As they came up onto the screen, we could see the injury. There was a jagged space in the middle of my bone and it didn't line up anymore. Confirming our fears, the doctor said he has a broken collarbone. I stared down in dismay. I was in low spirits as we drove back to our hotel in Sacramento. I tried to do normal things, easy things, that I do every day, but I found it impossible. My team was at the pool laughing and splashing around. I just collapsed in bed, propped up on pillows, and tried not to think about it. The next day I woke up to a dull thud of pain. As I drove with my mom to the soccer field, I thought of all the things I'd done with my teammates and how we played together for so many years, but now they were moving on to the finals of the tournament without me. I felt excluded and alone. I sat on the bench and watched as my teammates laughed and warmed up. Coach called the team in and I heard him saying to relax and be confident. By then I'm only semi-listening. I hardly felt like a part of the team anymore. But then I heard something surprising. I heard my whole team say in unison, "For David." Suddenly, I didn't feel excluded at all. It turned out that even though I couldn't play, my teammates still thought of me as one of them, and they still wanted to include me. All the time spent encouraging them, all the shared scouting reports, all the high fives and cheers paid off. When we won the tournament, I felt as if the victory was partly mine, even though I wasn't out there playing. I was still paying it forward. Thank you.